All right, welcome back to the concrete slab house makeover. Demo day is done in the kitchen, so the next part is going to be plumbing on a concrete slab. I know a lot of you had questions about this, just specifically if you have a house built on a concrete slab or you have a basement house. Because we had a peninsula here, a lot of the plumbing and electrical went through it, so we have to get that stuff under the ground. Now, electrical might be easy, and I'll show you how, but the plumbing is the most difficult part because we have a vent tube that goes in here and goes to the top. So we need to figure out how to get rid of that, replumb that, how to get these power cables under the ground. We got to make sure to figure out our new sink location, which is going to be here, and the proper sloping for it with the water lines going to it. And to make matters even more difficult, we want to figure out how to add a freshwater pot tap right there for, filling up pasta pans and stuff, whatever people do with that. I don't know. We have a lot to do, so without wasting any more time, let's get into this video. Let's go. Yeah. But first, let's talk about the sponsor of today's video, Blinkist. Does this ever happen to you where you want to read a book, but in today's busy time, you just don't have the time to sit down and read a whole entire book? I've recently discovered Blinkist, so instead of trying to find time to sit down and read an entire book, I can listen to it with my headphones and get the highlights in only 15 minutes. How cool is that? Blinkist allows for you to save time, money, and learn new things faster than ever. You can use it for self-improvement, marriage, parenting, and many other areas. Best insights from 3,000 plus nonfiction books condensed into just 15 minutes. Read or listen to them podcast style. 14 million active users access all titles while offline. Full-length audiobooks. Premium subscribers get special member pricing up to 65% off the regular retail price. And they recently come out with shortcasts, which they've teamed up with popular podcast creators to blink those for you as well, so you can get the heart of podcast episodes fast.
Welcome to the Revisionist History Shortcast. A little revisionism.
Now, Blinkist is going to offer a special deal for my viewers. First 100 people to go to www.blinkist.com/MrBuildIt are going to get a free unlimited 1-week access trial to use their entire platform. You'll also get 25% off if you want the full membership. The 7-day trial is completely free and you can cancel anytime during that period. Now, let's go back into this video. Let's go. All right, first order of business is tackling the channel that will have the power going from that bottom side to that side. So, concrete slab, easy how to figure that out. The problem is I have radiant heated floor, so water tubes are running all the way across here, warming the slab out. If I start cutting into it, I could cut the water lines and this is gonna be a huge mess, probably one of my biggest nightmares. So there's ways to go around that. I picked up one of these infrared thermometers that anywhere I point, it tells me and it gives me an image. So as you can see here, we have this bright red and orange, and you can actually see the looping of where this radiant flooring goes. Then we see a cold spot here, and then it picks up again to the next room. So what this is telling me is I have roughly around a 20-inch gap of no radiant flooring safe zone. So I made my markings here, so now we have to cut this concrete out, get it out, put PVC conduit down, and feed the wire cables from here that will come out there. And how we're gonna do it? We're gonna get real messy. So over the years, I've learned that you could try doing things with small tools and take a very long time, or you can get really big tools and get it done in minutes. So I picked up from my friends over at Tate's Rents a jackhammer and a concrete saw. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna create the cut and then use a jackhammer to get that out. I have a theory I can get it all done in under an hour. All right, so now in terms of cost, I went to Tate's Rents. They're employee owned. There's tons of rental places. Just look up where they are in your area. I spent $260 for both a concrete saw and the jackhammer for 4 hours. I'm gonna see if I can do this in a couple of minutes, really, maybe under an hour. All right, we got to cut. It's straining on your hands. I was maybe cutting for about 10 minutes, maybe less. Good old faithful Ryobi, big fan over there. Making sure we get all these fumes and whatever is in here out of here so we can continue. Okay, what was that timing, you think? That's what, 5 minutes?
If.
5 minutes. And I think it went all the way down to the dirt because the chisel kept sticking right and I had to pull it out and I said like mud came out or dirt. Whew, 5 minutes and 10 minutes with a saw. I spoke to an electrician about running conduit under concrete when it's in your house, and when it's a house slab. What he's saying is it has to be below the surface of the concrete. So what that means is it has to be, he's like, if you can fill like a sliver of dirt over it before the concrete. So basically here's your conduit, here's your concrete. Don't let it go any higher than that. This does not go in the concrete itself, so that's proper. We got these couplings. You could use the gray PVC conduit stuff. They were all at the store, like everything else right now. So we went with metal. I'm gonna drop my elbows in there and in there, get my metal piece, connect them together, and then I take quick drying post concrete cement, put it in there, let it dry. You can actually not mix it ahead of time, but actually start pouring it in. And then you can start pouring water on top and mixing it inside as it sets. What's nice is this way it actually starts settling in into all the crevices that we would have mixed if we pre-mixed it. Now, the next problem, right? We need to make sure we move all this plumbing to where the sink is gonna be. Example A, the sink. The way I was kind of thinking it is, this is gonna be where the legs are in the island, all the drawers and the dishwasher and the sink is gonna be here. So the best way to move all of this to where I actually need it is I'm gonna create a little pony wall faux box that's gonna encapsulate all of that in. So I will cut this off, drop it down, and do all my plumbing with the water lines and all that stuff coming through this box, coming into the cabinet under the sink. I'm gonna scrape off all this mastic that was left here before, and we'll start building our box. I need to start kind of reorganizing, replanning my plumbing situation here. This drain access valve is going to get lower to the bottom here. The reason why is because there has to be a slope coming down from the sink because how far it is. We're going to cut this off. We bought the whole brand new system that's going to get lower down, attach all of our pieces in place. This is the ABS adhesive cement, so you don't need to prime it. Just make sure it's clean. A nice good coating. Put it on, give it a small turn, and that's it. Now, this is the angle. This is nice because when it's positioned this way, you can select the angle that you're going to be doing the drop off from the sink. I'm not going to secure it right now. I'm going to temporarily slide it on and figure out the angle that I need. Okay, so the original drain was 17 inches down the middle. I'm going to do a temporary test fit, make sure I have the right slope. Find my little marky mark, secure this little stop blocker for me. I'll get this, I'll get it. All right, 17 on the money. I'll throw another little reinforcement piece here so it doesn't put too much strain on this long pipe. Don't be gross. We're gonna take this dry fitting off, put cement and secure it. Whoa. Before we do this, I need to put the liquid cement down because I'm not gonna be able to lift the sucker up. So let me get it. All right, liquid nails, pick this up, sweep it up, put a lot of this stuff down, set it down, then I can put it in and glue it. Oh, I almost got in trouble. If you're wondering why I'm using liquid nails here and not driving concrete screws in, radiant flooring, remember? Besides, I'm gonna have a 1,000-pound slab laying on this. It ain't going nowhere. Let's talk ventilating your drainage system. So after talking to about half a dozen plumbers, well, they're recommending the best solution is to use an AAV valve, which is an air admits valve. And what it basically does is it allows air into the plumbing system without allowing the stinky gases to escape the sewer system. So basically you have all the benefits of an air vent without any kind of smells. And it works through a little vacuum suction lid that's inside of there. Now, for code, they said it has to be a minimum of 4 inches above your horizontal drain tube. Even though ours is sloped, we can't count 4 inches from here. We have to count 4 inches from its highest point before it goes to the P-trap. That's the bare minimum. We have the room to go a little bit more than that, and this is all strictly to avoid overflowing during, a drain flooding. So we're able to go way higher because of our cabinets. We're gonna secure it in place there and use the cement to keep it there. We're gonna have this be built into the island with an access panel. So this will be the premium solution. Got a little adapter piece that goes into the 1.5 inches and put our P-trap in place, and then we'll be done, ready to move on to the water. All right, the water lines. The water lines are going through PEX plumbing, which is this like 1/2 inch plastic tubing. That's current stuff that they're using. What we're gonna do is extend it this way, coming out of this same area. So I'm gonna use my little 90-degree elbows, and I'm using the PEX crimping tool right over here. It's $60, but it's probably some of the best money you'll ever spend in plumbing. We're gonna cut it, put the adapters, put the ring on it, secure it in place, and run them all here. Make sure your water line, your main valve, is off. We're gonna cut it so you have a little bucket, you'll spill some. Now this is an accessory water line that was never used. As you can see, the stud's still on there, so I'm just gonna cap it off. And the way you cap it off is you use these plugs with the PEX ring to cap it off in place. The last part of the plumbing is to get the supply line for your faucet underneath to run to your faucet on top. And so you have to use these copper PEX adapters, get a little bracket like this, and it secures through here. It pops in place there, secures through, and then we just use the PEX crampings to secure those PEX lines to these copper stubs. We want to do a pot filler valve. So what that is you have your cookstop here and you have a faucet right here that pops out, and then you can refill your pots, pans, put it back, turn it off. It's a simple idea. It's only just like one hose line, but we still need to do it the right way. Fortunately enough for us, here's some water line that's running. This is going to the faucet outside and to the rest of the house. So we're gonna put a T here, drill through the studs in the walls, and mount it here. They said usually about 20 to 24 inches above your cooktop level. We're gonna go off of this level, mounted, I think down the middle. We'll see. All right, so here's the plan of attack. Now that I'm examining what's going on here, I'm gonna use a spade bit, probably something a little bit over 1 inch or about 1 inch. And then I'm gonna start doing my best to drill all the way through here. Obviously there's electrical going across here, so I'm gonna go right below it. Put a drop ear there, secured in place, put a stud here so we can center it. This corner is gonna be my hardest corner, but it never comes easy, does it? Somebody want some cotton candy? Shouldn't have done that. Oh, look how lucky we are. We need to go through one last stud, and guess what's here? Gas line. cut a room. Drinking from the water hose. Throw a T. Now we got line. Very important part. We put little striking plates like this over to make sure nobody drills through our water line. The drop ear, this is the part that connects to the PEX line, and then this is threaded to put any kind of faucet, whether it's a shower head or a pot filler. I have made the same mistake twice that I've ever installed this. This is probably the third time that I've installed it basically right on the stud, and as you can see, it's proud of the drywall. No bracket conceals it. So the trick is getting it lined up so it's flush with the drywall. That way, any kind of flange or bracket could actually conceal that. So got a little 1x2 in the back, got pocket holes securing it in the studs here, and then just gonna drill it right in place, put the PEX light into it, and we'll be done. We got ourselves a pot fill. I've always wanted one, so it's kind of nice to actually have one now. The last thing we need to do is to plug this cap off because I don't have the faucet. They want us to put a little bit of Teflon on there, screw it on. It's basically a dummy plug. All right, the water's turned on to the house. Let's go see if it's flooding. I'm not nervous. Why? Nothing. Good. Good. We did it. We got pressure. Water's on. Nothing's leaking. Guys, we got it all done. We got the conduit ran for the electrical to jump. We have fresh water lines coming in secured. We have the drain installed and properly vented, the most important part. And we got a fresh water pot fill valve. This is so much. I've never done a lot of these things. We've accomplished it. We've learned a lot. Man, does it feel good, huh? For budget, you guys know I always have to explain the budget. It roughly costs around $200 for all the plumbing, the draining, the water lines, and all the little connectors and transitions. All in all, really easy to do. You just have to study up online the code in terms of elevation of certain things, the spacing of other things. Hey, well, that is it for me this week on this episode for the plumbing on the concrete slab for the kitchen. Up next, we're gonna start building the cabinets. Not only are we building the cabinets to extend these cabinets to the very tippy top to make it that really big look, but we're also gonna start building the base cabinets for this island and start arranging everything. Who knows, we might even salvage some of the old cabinets. But make sure you stick around till the next episode where you'll see this entire process. If you're brand new to the channel and you like videos like this or any other kind of home improvement projects, make sure you hit the subscribe button and most importantly, tap the notification bell. That way you'll be alerted every time a video comes out. Make sure you like, comment, share this video with your friends. Check my social media. All the links will be down in the description below, as well as my merch section, all that helps support this channel. Remember guys, we are not trained professionals. We're just not afraid to try and fail. Tune in this week. We'll see you guys on the next one. See ya. Bye.